Black History Month. And what exactly is Black History Month? And what are we attempting to accomplish with Black History Month? Its inception, its longevity, and the results of Black History Month. That's going to be the topic tonight, one of the topics that we will cover on 504 Black Network Television tonight. We'll cover another topic too. This topic will be an interesting topic, only because of the level of what I call ignorance that brought this particular story and topic about. A deep level of ignorance that actually has an impact as we are going through Black History Month currently as we speak right now in February of 2013. So stay tuned, hang on to your seats. Tonight will be a high RPM program, guaranteed from yours truly. Now, before I get into the meat of the program and the first topic, as I showed you Black History Month and really what that's all about, I gotta do a little housekeeping. Now, also along with the last program that has been running in an extended version, speaking about 2013, the year of reckoning, there was an informational alert that was part of that program. And it had to do with the city of New Orleans being in potential violation of ADA, American Disabilities Act, a federal law, that the city of New Orleans may be in potential violation with, based upon the conditions of the public streets, sidewalks, and walkways. I've gotten a serious complaint from one of who I consider, and we all consider at the family at 504 Black Network Television, Mr. Chris, our number one fan, on the conditions, the deplorable conditions of an area near his home in uptown New Orleans, near Green Street, that needs to be addressed. Now, there should be no excuse for this. The city of New Orleans spent obscene amounts of dollars prepping up for this past Super Bowl that just took place to impress visitors from out of town, impress money investors from out of town, and to impress those international people who do come to events such as the Super Bowl. I think the priorities are slightly misplaced. If you can't take care of the least and the weakest and the most vulnerable of your citizenry, then who can you take care of? And the reason why the existence of the American Disability Act is what it is to protect the individuals who are not in the best position to fend and deal for themselves in the day-to-day. And something basic as getting around in the public streets, the public sidewalks, the public walkways. So that is a serious concern. It needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed quickly. It needs to be addressed in the manner and the form and the letter of the law of the American Disabilities Act. And any and all complaints that come from any of our handicapped citizens about conditions of access and egress from their homes should be a top priority for the city of New Orleans. There is no excuse for that, none. Now again, on last program, it was sent out as an informational alert. And now this is a follow-up and basically an explanation of that informational alert. Now that it's out there, there should be some action. And I will wait upon some of the reactions and responses from individuals like Mr. Chris and other individuals who happen to be physically challenged, but have the right to get around in the day-to-day on the public streets of New Orleans, on the sidewalks of New Orleans, in all of the access areas of New Orleans. They should have equal and proper access. That's the whole point and the whole purpose of the American Disabilities Act, ADA. Well, there is a concern out there and it needs to be addressed. Mr. Chris, thank you for bringing that to my attention and bringing it to our attention here at 504 Black Network Television. And now we have brought it out the best that we can, and we will follow up on it to make sure that your concerns are addressed. And others like you, my friend, my good friend, who have the right and the protection of law, federal law, to have these things done. Okay. Talk to you soon, Mr. Chris. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will begin our topic. First topic of this program, Black History Month. What is it really all about? What is it really accomplishing? And what should we take from what we learn about the history of Black History Month? I'm Joe Jones for 504 Black Network Television. We will be right back. Thanks again, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to 504 Black Network Television. I'm producer Joe Jones for 504 Black Network Television. And again, we thank you for your loyalty and your devotion to following what we bring about and what we want to bring to the focus and to the attention of the populace in the metro area, and particularly the Black community. But again, as we have said many times before, 504 Black Network Television, yes, it has Black in its title for a myriad of reasons, but it is not solely, significantly, and totally dedicated only to the Black experience and Black culture. It is about our community. Every individual, every ethnicity, every race, every part of our community. Because one does not exist and it is not impacted and vice versa by the others. That's the way it is in our society today. And quite frankly, that's how it's been in society. So let's put a cap on Black History Month and what Black History Month is about and what it has developed into, from its inception by Dr. Carter G. Woodson to its current form of what we do now in the present day, 2013, for Black History Month. Now again, as I mentioned earlier in the second part, I said history. Many individuals feel that history, just any history, doesn't matter, doesn't have to be, Black history. It can be any history. Civil War history, Black history, American history, Revolutionary history. It doesn't matter. They just consider international history, European history. They just consider history a boring subject. Well, here's my answer to that, and here's my thought to that. Okay, yes, history may not be as exciting or uh, riveting or as invigorating as, a Black Ops video game, or going out there and, shooting some hoops and basketball, or shooting around a golf, or dancing, or partying, or whatever you want to do. But here's the thing. Everything that you do in your day-to-day, because no matter what you do in your day-to-day, you cannot escape who others perceive you as. You see, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you want to. I don't want if you're part of a beauty pageant, if you're part of communications, broadcast, journalism, if you're part of sports, if you're part of any activity, if you're in academia, it doesn't matter. You cannot escape what others perceive you as. So, what do you do? Do you allow others to define you? Or do you define yourself? And the only way to define yourself, you need to have a history of yourself. a history of your culture, a history of your people, a history of what is the culmination of the result of all those things that have brought you to the current present person that you are in existence today, this very moment as we speak. So, who better to define that? Oneself or to let another do it? Will another do it fairly? Will another do it objectively? Will another do it in a way that will show you and define you in a positive light that will be beneficial to you? I would have to say pretty much the answer to that would be no. So that leaves the obligation, that leaves the responsibility, that leaves that challenge directly on your shoulders. You need to have a clear understanding of your history to truly define who you are and understand who you are and understand where we have been as a people to see where we are going as a people and as individuals, because a people is a conjoining of many, many individuals, a bringing together of many, many individuals. So even individual history has an impact on the whole of history, of a group, of an ethnicity, of a people, of a race, however you want to define it, because we're all individuals. But we happen to be individuals who happen to be part of a particular ethnicity that has been deemed and decided by powers greater than us, the Almighty. So we are who we are